So 2 days, less than 48 hours until my closing, I was supposed to have $33,000 and some change in my bank account. Hey, what's up everyone? Mike Dash Properties, and today I'm coming at you live from the very property I lost out on $33,000. $33,000, not 30, not 300, not 330. 5 digits, 33,000. It hurts. It still hurts right now, but I had to learn something real hard lesson. And in wholesaling, you're gonna come across situations like this. So I definitely want to speak my story so everybody knows what to do and what not to do, or how you can help protect yourself. So basically the story goes, I have a Craigslist ad up. I get a call from the seller who owns this house. He says, Mike, I see you're buying houses. I'm ready to sell. Okay, cool. Shoot over there, meet the gentleman, nice older gentleman, house in very bad shape. He's an older man and it was the summer. He's sweating in there. I don't know it's just bad shape. It's probably it's one of the worst shape. It's one of the most bad shaped houses on this entire street. A lot of these houses have been renovated. So that's a good deal in the wholesaler world. That's exactly what you want. I go talk to the gentleman. We finally come across a selling price and we both agree on it. I even recorded it because that's how I do things when I have a new seller, just to make sure that the contract's ironclad. 132. Okay. So we got the closing date, we got your amount, and that's all we need is your signature. And we're buying as is. So we have the contract, he signs it, we get the closing date 2 weeks from the date, and 2 days before I'm getting ready to close on the property, title company calls me and says, Mike, there is a pending lawsuit on this home. It just came out today. We cannot move forward with the selling of the house. We can't move forward. There's a pending lawsuit. Ouch. At this time, I've never came across this problem before. So what I learned is the seller had already made a contract and even accepted $500 as earnest money from another investing company who I still don't know who it is, but they're in the lawsuit. But he had accepted money from them for earnest money. So that makes the contract ironclad. The date was before my contract, so he had a previous contract. What I want to teach to you guys today is, see, what I didn't do was I was not thorough enough with the seller and ask him, do you have any other contracts? And if you do, you need to let me know, because that needs to be amended or changed before me and you can have an agreement. If you sign a contract, it is legally binding. And when I say legally binding, this seller had to get put out their house. That's what you see that green sign for. They got put out of their own home that they have owned for years and years because they signed a contract with somebody, accepted money, and were supposed to sell the property off, but they did not go to court and fight it, for one, and two, they didn't even sell the property. He was an older gentleman and he was like, no one's just gonna take my house from me. But they did. So he's out of the property now. That person won the lawsuit due to default from judgment, from a lis pendens judgment, default of the owner not coming to argue his behalf, and they're going to get that property. They probably put in, I think, $450 in court fees, and they had an ironclad contract, binding. The seller did not fight it in court. They get the property, and they're going to make a wonderful, wonderful amount of money on this property. I myself found out, once again, that there was a pending lawsuit. So 2 days, less than 48 hours until my closing, I was supposed to have $33,000 and some change in my bank. My buyer. So not only did I have the seller ready to, I thought the seller was ready, I was ready, And my end buyer already had an appraiser come out, already put in deposits to his contractors, and he had a real estate agent working on the case. So my end buyer was already paying out money. He was set up. He couldn't wait. He just moved from Northeast Pennsylvania, I think it was, somewhere. He had all his contracts in place. And I had to call them and say, we can't move forward, guys. Granted, he didn't want to talk to me. He had his agent talk to me, extremely upset and heated with me. Things happen like that in real estate. He was a newer investor, so, he just had to take it on the chin. Probably had to get his money back a different type of way. I gave him his earnest money back. And that's just how all the cards played out. So you got to be real thorough and make sure you know you're handling business when it comes to property and real estate, because it's a big time thing. You're dealing with legal stuff and real people, real emotions. So make sure you cover your bases. I should have been a little more thorough with the owner, with the seller. He kept telling me, hey, Mike, this lady, she pulled up today and she keeps wanting me to sign these papers and this and that. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? Do you have a contract or anything? He said, no, I don't know what she wants. That should have told me that he's dealing with some other people. And I should have made it very clear that this is a legal situation. But I'm more interested in trying to get him to the signing table, and I ignored all that. So with that being said, locked out on $33,000, guys. Be thorough with your seller, communicate with your buyer, make sure you do your due diligence and have your title company on track with you. And you can easily have a great payday, or you could take one to the heart like me. But we got to keep it moving though. So keep getting those deals, guys, and stay locked in.